Okay, sorry about the rough start. ADC Yengar, thanks for the follow. Surprised I got that love from you considering everything's breaking. Alright. Alright, we're in. Yeah, I turned it off because YouTube was having issues. It wasn't connecting for some reason, so I had to finagle some things. Okay. So, last stream we basically started exploring up here. We had a bunch of quests going back and forth to this Iron Horse mine. And I was hoping, there was a dwarf dude here, then I was going to get the dwarf as a... Oh, he's right here. I was hoping we were going to get him as a follower, but that did not happen, unfortunately. So maybe later. Usually when I do, like, repeat quests for someone, well, I say usually, it's only happened once. The Ghosts of Althea here. We did, like, 4 quests back to back to back, and then she's like, oh, by the way, I want to join your party. So I thought we were going to get a dwarf ranger in our party. That did not happen. So, anyway, that's where we are right now. We just got to here. Looks like there's a story mission here to do. And I've knocked out everything else. I finished all of this stuff, a couple days ago. All I didn't know about. If there's more quests, I don't know about them. But I knocked all them out and all these here. So now we're going to do this mission once I create a party. I like the archer. Why is everyone looking away from me? They're protesting? They didn't have ears to reforge. Okay, so this is a recent thing. Well, I'm glad they did, because it's cool. Going with Reyna, we need Alicia, obviously. She's overpowered and our only healer. Let's go with Stefan. Well, actually, no. I liked Little Tom. That's interesting. So they went back and found characters they could have as heroes. Pretty cool. I've heard Prophecies is the most bare bones, obviously, because it's the oldest one. So it's cool that they're still updating it and care about it. Apparently they're going to add pre-searing quests too, which is really cool. And like another pre-searing dungeon, because people like to play there. But we need to talk to Ms. Beckham here. I'm relieved to hear you cleared the road. I didn't want to have to tell the refugees to boil their leathers for supper. Ever since the storm started up, the Stone Summit have been causing us nothing but trouble. They constantly raid our caravans and pillage our supply trains. These mountain passes are trying enough for the weak and the old without their constant harassment. Now on to matters concerning our prince. Hey, thank you. I'll be glad when I've left Ascalon and the Char far behind. Aren't you supposed to be headed over the pass to Cryta? Cryta we just know because the ambassador was from Cryta. It's been snowing in Borless Pass for days. If we try to follow Rurik now, we may be swallowed by the storm. Rurik's out in the storm? Looks like it. He left to negotiate passage for all of us through the Borless Pass. He was supposed to meet with Jalus Ironhammer, the king of the Deldrimmer Dwarves. That was 3 days ago. We haven't heard from him since. So I'm going to go after him? It's mighty dangerous. The chances of getting lost up there are pretty good. A body could freeze to death before finding his way through the other side. It was not always so. Years ago, when Ascalon regularly traded with the Deldrimmer Dwarves, the storm beacons were erected to light the way through the Borless Pass. If the dwarves were expecting us, they would light the beacons, and we could follow their fires safely to our destination. Now, though, the fires are out, and no one will light them for us. Whew. Is there another way? Just getting lore here. There is Lornar's Pass, but it runs north to south and won't take us to Cryta. Besides that, there is one other way through, but I wouldn't call it a pass. The treacherous northern route over Anvil Rock, but the way is guarded heavily by the Stone Summit. A group of xenophobic... racist dwarfs. Well, it's pretty standard. They don't like other races, other than themselves, who have separated themselves from the rest of Dorn society. Hatred of all things non-dwarf burns in the heart of their leader, Dagnar Stonepate. He is at odds with the good King Jael's Ironhammer and with anyone from Ascalon. A civil war brews in the Shiver Peaks now as the Deldrimmer Dwarves fight the Stone Summit for control of the mountains. Head up through the Borless Pass and relight the storm beacons and make for Grubel's Gulch. and locate Rurik. Beware of the centaurs. The stone summon aren't the only ones who don't much care for humans. Good times. Salmonella. Love your name, but thank you for that. And thank you for that, I mean. Okay, so we are entering mission. We have everyone here. I like my skills. I'm a warrior elementalist right now, which doesn't really give me anything, because warriors, I've found, don't really gain energy as you level. So I am stuck at this energy level, and can't really cast many spells. So the only one I'm keeping is Ward Against Elements, because I have a ton of armor, being a warrior. But elemental damage really hurts, so I cast Ward Against Elements, and it's AoE around me, so it can also buff my party. So usually Devona and Little Tom will get it as well. So that's the one I stuck with. I was told we can change later. I think I might change to either a Necromancer or a Monk. I just want a cleanse that I can cast on myself. So that'll happen eventually, but probably not for a while. Yeah, I haven't got into runes or insignias at all, so I don't know what that's about. They seem to be just like gems. I did get one. I just pulled off an item and put it on here, which is 30 health, which is pretty good. That's with the Expert Salvage Kit. I learned how to use that. Basically pulls modifiers off items. But I don't want to push into energy unless I find something I really want. What I was hoping to find, and I might still find it, is some type of spell I can cast that just like pulses damage around me, like self-immolate or something like that. Those spells exist in a lot of games. If I can do that, then I can cast that right into combat, that'd be really cool, but we'll see. Anyway, time to enter mission. We're rescuing our boy now. Alright, we already know this because we just talked to her forever. Storm is pretty bad. A group could get lost real easy up in the Shiver Peaks. Well, thanks for that. Better light the storm beacons. You could have lit this one, bro. Oh, I have the torch. I don't know what Hamstorm is, and don't tell me. I will hopefully stumble into it. But I don't want to know any meta builds yet. Hey, I got a hamstring for just this reason. Now, what I don't know how to do is keep my front line from following me. Because I don't mind being the one running around and helping the ranged, but whenever I do that, Devona and Tom here decide to... I just realized I've fought that with my torch. They decide to run back with me, which defeats the point of a front line. So I don't know how to do that. But yeah, I'm just seeing what skills I get, and I'll try to adjust and make something cool based on that. Because I enjoy, and I think I'm going to make a series about it, non-optimal builds. Like builds that work, like numerically aren't the best, but feel really cool and have cool synergy, even though they may not be the strongest. That's what I enjoy doing in games. Like in Classic WoW, I played a Prod Paladin the entire way. Prod Paladins aren't meant for the game. Like, they're not meant for raids in Classic WoW because they can't taunt. And a lot of raid mechanics require you to be able to taunt, so you have to use really clever ideas in order to get around that. And that was very fun to me. So I'm doing that right now with my Warhammer army I'm making. It's not going to be good, But I'm gonna have a fun time. I decided I really like Gravis units, which is like a bulky marine. Whoops, that was dumb. So, I'm making an entire list based on them. It's probably gonna be terrible. But I'll enjoy doing it, and the wins will be that much sweeter because it'll be fun. I might double pull here. I don't care. I'm ready for a brawl. Alright, you can handle one guy. This is what I mean. It's hard with the mercenaries to make them... Oh, this key came back. Perfect. What's up, Izzy? We just made it in the Shiver Peaks. Love the zone, because I love all snow zones. Yeah, but if you can put together a Warhammer army, you can do anything. It's so much time. Just the putting everything together, the painting, and the buying. Jeez, it's expensive. That's a lot of dudes up here. Put some armor up. Still don't know what those are. I assume they interact with one of the classes. Oh, you just started playing as well? Awesome. Game is very good. I was going to say for an old game, but technically this is Reforged, so they did touch it up. Even though it is in beta at the moment. I've found only a couple bugs, and I was able to work around them, so it's going pretty well. Ooh, name dude. You by yourself? Sucks for you. I mean, I'll take it. So far, all they've dropped is a lot of gold. Oh, here we go. My backline was getting destroyed. Alicia is my tank. She takes more damage than anybody. If I could, I'd just put a shield on her. Block my... Okay, hamstring. I was very excited when I got hamstring. Because a lot of my early battles just consisted of chasing Alicia around as she runs for her life. So, hamstring has been nice. That's what's made me stick on swords. 2 beacons. Yeah, if she was a hero, I could just put a shield on her. She tanks so much. I'm just exploring over here. Yeah, I had to develop a strategy in that chain where you get the Ghost of Althea. I had to get a perfect party comp that could just stand around her so she wouldn't die. So it was happening a lot in that fight. And then she wouldn't, even though I used my little, party thing where you say go there, she would just run away anyway, even though we were perfectly encircling her against a pillar. Yeah, it was a lot. No one gets through here unless they see the storm beacons lit. Did I miss one? Guess I missed one. I did get a few new mercenaries when we got here. Oh, missed that one. I tried the Necromancer. She was alright. I didn't do the Mesmer because Ghost of Althea is a Mesmer. I think I like the Archer better. They do a lot of damage. Okay, I'm definitely missing one still. How can Gondor call for aid if we don't light the beacons? Also, these are... You can't see these at all. Like, look at this one. It's like low ground of this area. There's a bunch of stuff around it. How is that going to be visible? No wonder Ascalon was conquered. What's up, Rickweed? Okay, where is this last beacon? Why did my mouse sensitivity just go down? There's no mouse speed in game, is there? Nope. Alright, give me 1 second. I gotta fix this. Okay. Why did my guy go way down there? What's going on? There we go. Everything's messing up today. YouTube decided not to work. My mouse pointer speed. That's better. Good stuff. Yep, this is my first character. In Reforge mode. Went with a Warrior Elementalist, which I'm finding to be quite the combination. Because I assumed every class... Where is this beacon? Every class just got, you know, stats as you level, like most games. Warriors don't get more energy. So I hadn't really been able to use my Elementalist side that much. So if I understand the mechanics correctly, it seems like as a warrior, you pretty much stick to warrior skills. Maybe you enchant your weapon or something. Probably up here. Because you can't do much more than that, whereas if you're a character with energy, the choices are much bigger. But I'm okay with that. I'm learning the game, so just hitting stuff with swords is okay. Playing a Mesmer would probably confuse the heck out of me. Where is this beacon? Yeah, this game is fun, and again, you're not here. I must have missed one on the main path. It's really cool, again, how they are still supporting this game, and apparently are going to add even pre-searing stuff. Because people enjoy hanging out there, and that was really packed before I went to that story beat that changed the world. I don't know what you do pre-searing. I guess there are probably achievements to get. And there were a lot of people that were repeat running that one dungeon in there. Look, come on. I'm smart. Alright, we did it. Because what they could do if they really wanted, because these games are all different timelines, you could have like a storyline in Guild Wars 2, and then put a quest in to Guild Wars 3. Then put a quest into Guild Wars 1 that continues upon that from Guild Wars 3, because 3 is going to be a prequel. Then they could continue that story in Guild Wars 2, if they wanted to, because you have all the timelines going at once. It's pretty cool. Legendary Defender of Ascalon. What is required to get that? Just level 20? What's up, Hernandez? Yeah, I do like sword. Bleeding seems to be very good single target. It doesn't have the AoE that Axe has, but... Okay, I will get that on a character at some point. Lit all the storm beacons. Leave me the torch and I'll keep them burning. Good luck, friend. Back to the dwarves. I am overjoyed that apparently there are going to be dwarves, from what I've heard, in Guild Wars 3, because they're the best fantasy race, in my honest opinion. Oh, we can do this thing. Ward of Elements. So now I take less damage from all their ice crap. And so does my party. That's why it's a spell I kept around. Doesn't last too long. Devona's a beast. Also, I'm pretty sure... I haven't tested it yet, but it seems to me that they do take weapon type into account. Like, blunt weapons does more damage to those guys and to golems. But probably less damage towards flesh. Okay, what's over here before we go over there? We're definitely gonna have to blow something up. That's what this is for. Okay, looks like the way to go, so let's go the other way. I was trained in the fires of Dark Souls. If the game obviously presents you a way to go the other way first. No! Get off, Alicia. I know it's where you're going. I've definitely over-leveled most of the content, which is probably by design. Okay, what's our objective here? Break through the lock gate into Maldred's fort. That's what we're doing right now. Now these explode when you drop them. Explode these for something? Inhibit their mining operation? Nope. Yeah, so I'm definitely playing a dwarf, and they did mention the bear guys from Guild Wars 2 are going to be available to play as well. Alright, we're definitely going to have to drop this, because I need to open that chest. Definitely steal a key, because lockpicks are so expensive. Damage plus 18 while hexed. That's not very useful, is it? Priest of Dagnar. Definitely a healer. Bit of our elemental resist. Easy. Get off Alicia. I know that's who you're hitting. Yep. Everybody hates Alicia. Where'd you come from? I did go hammer for a while when doing that wave quest. It actually helped out quite a bit. Between me and Devona knocking everything down, he managed to actually keep people alive, which was quite nice. But I'm a sword and shield guy at heart. I try it in every game where it's available. Maybe it's because if I was around during these times, I would absolutely use a shield because I'm not an idiot. Okay, we're probably blowing those doors. The closer one was this way? Yep. My other option for a secondary class would be Ranger, just to get a pet. Just an extra body. And a friend. Run away! Bring an end to the siege of Croc's Hollow. Destroy the ballista. Alright. Guys are coming out of the woodwork here. I don't like killing dwarves. They're my people. Spiritually, not physically. Because we are a boring human. I do have a stance where I can't be knocked down. I'm not using a slot on it, obviously. Ow. So far, I've just been able to run over most things, besides that one ghost quest where it was very hard. Alright, we have to blow these up for sure. No, get on him. Alright, so we definitely blew up levers before, so I assume that's the mechanic here. And we're really happy about it too, apparently. Plus 10% morale. It's huge. I don't see any explosives in here. Let's go back. And my tea is cold. I do want to find armor, just because the way this looks, because it's so old school. If we can find armor that looks like a footman from Warcraft 3, I'll be very happy. Kind of like the blue and gray sword and shield. It's like a slit helmet. That would be very cool. I assume there's a shop here, but I've not looked at it. I did buy an outfit in Guild Wars 2 because it's awesome. Hey, thank you for the sub. I don't know who did it because for some reason Twitch is not updating, but whoever subbed, just say it in chat. Thank you very much. Hopefully this works. Oh. I guess killing their operators worked. And I'm sorry if you just subbed it just to get away from ads, because I already had the ads as low as possible, and if I could turn them off, I would. Because, you know, economically, it does not make sense to run ads at all, especially as a, you know, tiny person like myself on Twitch. Because it only makes the experience worse to watch, and gains me nothing. But Twitch still makes you run this amount of ads. It's very odd. I think they're mesmers. Oh, thank you, Syrup. That was you. Thanks, man. It's 2 months. Plate or Templar armor? I think I'm wearing plate. I assume warrior armor is mostly plate. But yeah, if you look up a footman from... Wait, why am I going this way? A footman from Warcraft 3. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Or a Stormwind Guard in WoW. Should not have frenzied. I was spamming that all early game, not realizing I was taking double damage. I'm assuming Templar is a kind of armor in this game. If that looks like that, then yes. I assume I start getting options like that later. So far, I've had this look for the entire game, pretty much. Every upgrade I get looks the same. I did have the option to do like a gladiator style, but I like plate stuff better. Even though right now I'm more like a hoplite than a knight. With my skirt. Yeah, Charhide was available. I just didn't like the look of it that much. Like the traditional knight look. Okay, I think we... Do we need to carry an explosive all the way in here? Warnock! I think we do. That must be a closer one. It's funny, I kind of got spoiled on the story of this game by playing Guild Wars 2. Oh, there we go. But what haven't we destroyed? Bring into the scene to destroy the ballista and the force outside the gates. Just double check. Because I like doing the extra stuff. Yeah, this was kind of spoiled by playing Guild Wars 2 because we were in Ascalon. And in Guild Wars 2, that is the home of the Char. Nope. So, I knew how that was going to go. Faxes in Nightfall aren't spoiled? Good. Okay, I see no forces, and the ballista are destroyed. So maybe we perform that? Nothing down there? No. Alright, let's blow this guy out. I definitely want to play a caster for factions. I'm gonna relevel a character for each one. The shaman-looking guy, Ritualist. He seems like the type of character I want to play. Elementalist just seems cool, but that's not a new class, obviously. I think that expansion's the Ritualist and the Assassin. And I'm not too interested in Assassins, typically. Assassin is best caster. That doesn't make sense in my head. Hey, Ronak. Wait, was this the guy... I think this is the guy we did all those quests for. Wait, no it isn't. He had a different hat on. I'm not saying all dwarves look the same. Okay, they're the xenophobic ones, not me. You freed me of me bonds and I'm grateful to you. Stone Summit caught me sneaking around Malador's fort and trying to spy on their plans. They got me an ice drake they're planning to unleash in Grobel's Gulch. Smell its foul stench when the winds blow this way. If you'd find it, kill it, I'd be much obliged. Okay. We are killing a drake. You just chilling? Alright, we're definitely seeing if something's in there. Yeah, I can't really do Scottish, it's more Irish. Comes out Irish anyway. I've tried, like when playing D&D, to listen to a lot of Scottish people when I play my dwarves, but it always turns into Irish. Or sometimes Jamaican, randomly. Alright, well, at least we made that door unusable for a while. Okay. Aha, that door. Do assassins have better cast speed or something? Like skill speed? I'm assuming. I ignore your gate switch. If I can blow something up, I'm gonna blow something up. The music's finally starting to pick up again. The music over here was terrible. It wasn't even music, it was just tones. Dull, ominous tones. What was that? Oh, another ballista. Put our ward against elements up. Okay, it's not working. That'll do. Okay, we can go up that way. Let's go up the back way. Again, trained by Dark Souls. If you see an obvious way, go the other way. Okay, you need to die first. Got some armor. I'm also really interested in the Paragon, because not many games have like a buff support warrior, and the archetype seems pretty cool. Definitely gonna try it in Guild Wars 2 when I get my warrior up. Alright, you might double pull here. I should have pulled it with a bow. Maybe I'm craving contests. Devona's the only smart one. Alright, we're getting rock now. A little bit. Alicia's a beast, as usual. Keeping us all alive. Even though she's constantly tanking for us. I'm gonna be sad when we get a hero healer. Alicia's been clutch. I could take both of them. Double heal. Ooh, flat bow. See what that is, because I'm using a bow secondary, even though it does no damage, because I have no points in it. I don't have an identify kit. Well, crap. Healers are always underappreciated. It's their lot in life. When things go well, no one talks about healers. When things go poorly, what the hell, healer? Another axe. I bought a bunch of lockpicks, even though they're super expensive, before realizing I could just buy the steel keys. They must be magically holding those together, because as soon as they die, it just falls over. Maybe they're kineticist mages. Okay, let's try to be safe this time, even though we'll probably be fine anyway. You guys, go over there. Oh, nope. Where are you going? Okay. They did not care. They want none of this smoke. Okay, you then. See, that's what you're supposed to do. Or not. Okay, Devona's going in. We're going in. Oh, crap. Wrong weapon set. Swap weapons, please. Alright, they're pounding my back line. Get on them. Little Tom, what have you been doing? Those ice golems are acting very odd. Now they're in combat again. What does this do? Oh. This one is the one I gotta watch out for. Because that does 40 damage every time I attack. And I attack pretty fast with a sword. Let's get him off my back line if I can. We fight front to back here on Team Jax. What does that do? Okay. What was her build previously? She seems like a pretty standard healer at this point. I don't think I've ever been cleansed by her, which is kind of annoying. Because there's a few nasty debuffs, like all those rock golems that blind you are annoying as hell. Oh, she definitely does not run in and die. She stays back. She runs away a lot. Found the prince. This place looks homey.
Ah, my good and excellent friends. I got pinned down here in Croc's Hollow when the Stone Summit attacked.
Good thing we arrived when we did.
I owe you many thanks.
Ascalon's basically in a civil war at this point.
In your honor, but there is still much work to do.
Well, perhaps when everyone is safely through Borless Pass.
Oh, healing touch is a touch skill.
Agreed.
Okay.
But now I must go back and lead our people to Grubel's Gulch.
Very silly name. On second thought, let's not go to Grubel's. This is a city place.
You go on ahead and clear the way. Secure a shelter for the night, and then we'll see about that ale.
As you wish, my prince.
Talk to King Ironhammer. He'll help you garner
Yeah,
safe
working with the
passage into
dwarves.
gulch. I will see you there.
No non-dwarf has ever had the name Ironhammer. Look at that man. That's a dwarf.
The good dwarfs of Deldramore thank you for your help.
Dwarves are Russian in this game?
We do what we can to honor the old alliances.
What the hell?
Then the Deldramore
Deldramore
dwarfs will
dwarves.
honor them as well.
I don't know if I can do a Russian
Your
accent.
prince's request for passage through the mountains has been granted.
Strovia.
Take this enchanted torch and light the beacon outside Grubel's Gulch. My brother, Breknar Ironhammer, will open the gate for you once he sees the arcane flame. Your people will be safe in the gulch for the night.
Thank you, King Ironhammer.
What a baller.
Anything for our friends. Now, waste no more time here. Night will be upon you, and your people will freeze in the cold without shelter.
In Mother
Follow me to the
Russia.
gate.
Dwarves speak Russian. Strovia. I didn't know dwarves in Tyria were canonically Russian. They're never Russian. Okay, I want to see what else is here. I don't think anything else is here. But look at this little hamlet. It's got to be a dwarf city. Not a bad look for an overground dwarf settlement. Because even Tolkien had some dwarves that lived not in the mountain, but on top of it. This might be what it looked like. It's a cool look. And you have another quest for me, sir. No, you do not. Okay. You should get to Grubel's Gulch quickly. Night will be upon you and your people will freeze in the cold without shelter. Okay. I don't know why you had a quest thing above you. Alright, there should be a torch right out here. Or a beacon. Maybe Rohan will answer this time. So that wasn't Grubel's Gulch. We were going towards Grubel's Gulch. Dwarves had that well in hand. I like dwarves so much. Honestly, my biggest complaint with Classic WoW, which I love, is that the dwarf attack animations are terrible. They did fix it in Modern WoW, but Modern WoW kind of sucks. For many reasons. Well, it sucks for me. A lot of people enjoy it. These guys are heavily armored. That's why bleed is good. I think bleed bypasses armor altogether. I didn't know we had boys with us. Looks like quadtuplets. 2 sets of twins. All rocking the no mustache look. Guess that's what Russian dwarves do. I'm more familiar with the Scottish dwarves. Maybe they're the lowland dwarves in this game. The Scottish ones, while in the mountains they serve Mother Russia. That does not look like a beacon. Looks like it's blocked off. Let's wait for our bros. It's a lot of dudes. Alright, guess we're going in. No, no! Hamstring! Let's give armor to everybody. Good tank and Alicia, as usual. Get hamstring at least one of these guys. See, Alicia's a boss. She's dying, but she's still keeping up little Tom. She's the backbone of this team. I like Devona. I haven't gotten much character from Ghosts of Althea yet. Because technically, I don't know how this game treats death, but in a lot of versions of it, like Dresden Files, stuff like that, when you're the ghost of someone, you're not the actual person. You're just kind of leftover energy that coalesced into this being. So you're not the person, you're a copy of the person. So I don't know how you connect with that much. Notice how it says, it doesn't say Althea, it says Ghost of Althea. It implies it's a totally different being. In my mind. I don't know if that's right or not. Alright, nice job, boys. Protected the back line. No! Yeah, we saved him. But he's not going to wait to heal, is he? Oh, that is a hell of a beacon. Guess they're done. Devona's good, though. We got a lot of conversation with her before she changed. Well, not before she changed. Before she became my party member. And her sayings are fun. To the limits. We can light all sides, yeah. What's up, guys? I want that skill. Devona has one like it, Earthshaker, which is very good. There's probably some Earth spells that do a similar thing, like Earthquake or something. Hey, good job me.
The beacon! It's lit! The way must be clear. Now is our chance.
Will
We
Rohan
make for
answer?
Grubal's Gulch.
And all 6 of us refugees will be safe. He didn't really get many followers in the whole Civil War split, did he? Oh, we didn't kill the dragon. Dang it. Completely forgot about that. Oh, that's our boy.
The fighting has stopped. They must have had too much ale tonight.
Okay, they're all
No.
Russian.
That was no brawl. I could swear I heard the shouts of men.
What would men be doing on Shiver Peak?
I do not know. These are strange days.
Sir, the beacon has been lit.
Gondor calls for aid.
Impossible.
Sorry,
The
it's an
stone
old joke
summit
at this
would
point.
never abandon their posts.
The flames burn brightly, sir. And there is more. A band of men are marching for the gulch. They're approaching the gate.
So, it was men who lit the beacon.
Whoever it was, they had to get through Dagnar's men to do it. Any enemy of the Stone Summit is a friend of Deldrimor. Open the gate! Captain, prepare quarters!
We're quashing rivalries everywhere. So I didn't kill that dragon though, I forgot about that. Didn't really see many paths to go down. Should have searched more.
I am Brechnor
Ironhammer.
Lord of Grubal's Gulch.
I am Rurik of Ascalon. Your brother, the king, speaks highly of your hospitality.
My brother tells the truth. What brings you here?
His idle animation's pretty
I'm
funny
leading
though.
these refugees over the Shiver Peaks. We
The
wish to
scanning
cross
side to
Orless
side.
Pass into the human kingdom of Cryta.
Well then, Rurik of Ascalon, welcome to Grubal's Gulch. You are free to stay with us as long as you will.
Where do I get your
Thank
awesome
you, mountain
cloak?
friend. Rin is forever in your debt.
That's what I want. Cloaks are just cool. I'm actually sculpting cloaks for my entire Warhammer army, as stupid as that is. Because they're awesome. In Grubal's Gulch. I'm pretty sure you can redo missions. I could redo that if I wanted to, but I won't do it right now. Just exploring. It's like their version of Hobbiton. With a much bigger gate. Got the same dudes. I like my team. Alright, we need a merchant. Okay, nothing from you. Is there no merchant here? Looks like just storage. Well. Can salvage some stuff. Salvage everything. Do I want to pull that off there? I don't know. Also, this might be better than mine, because I just have... Actually, no, it will be better than mine. Won't let me salvage it anyway. Gotcha. Oh. Hello, Sibyl. Okay, what do we got? This actually isn't bad. It's versus Hex foes. I think the X I have is better than this, but this is not bad at all because I have got Althea now, and she does Hex a lot. So maybe I can pull that off this one. Oh, I can't pull that? I guess it's... I don't know if it's random if you can pull off the modifier, if it only does some modifiers. I don't know. That one I don't care about. Receive physical damage -1 while enchanted. We're not enchanted very often. So physical damage -1 is awesome. Goodbye. If I have to think about it too much, it's probably not worth it. For some reason, I want to keep this. I think we're good to go now. Do you have anything new? You do not. I have like 10 steel keys. I have a bunch of lockpicks. I wasted all my money on it, not realizing I could just buy steel keys. I think we are good to go. Why are you over here? Just chilling. Destroy the ballistae. Retrieve the gear lever from the door in 4 to open the frost gate. Let's go. I think I know why I missed the dragon. Because when I have dudes with me like those dwarves, I want to keep them alive, and they get themselves killed very easily, so just running after them a lot. Minotaurs. Hey, get hamstrung. Don't know which way to go first, so let's just pick one. Going higher. Yeah, definitely the coolest zone so far. Figuratively and literally in this case. I do love my snow zones. Whenever I level in Classic WoW, it's once you get to Winter Spring, it's just like, ah. Not just because it's a snow zone, because you're also, you know, close to maxing out. We're just bleeding everything we can. Now let's kill this guy. He's on my healer. Let's give her some armor. Hamstring you. Get off my girl. That's quite the ambush. Yeah, it's funny. Usually I'm leveling dwarves and gnomes because I just love the models. And I've leveled many characters in Classic WoW, and you start in a snow zone in Dun Moreau, then you end in a snow zone in Winter Spring. What is happening up here? Dwarves fighting Minotaurs. We're still not getting any experience, because we're over-leveled. That's unfortunate for you guys. There's a ballista. Hamstring for you. I admire his dedication to getting the healers. He's getting destroyed while hamstrung. It's the dogged dwarfism right there. Get back here. Where are you going? One item I was kind of spoiled. Oh, not item. One spell I was kind of spoiled on was enchanting your weapons with an element, which apparently you can do later, which is really cool. But only if you have the corresponding elements already on your weapon. Those are not kegs. So that's a way I can use Elementalist. Eventually. So I think we're good to go in here. Now let's put up some ward. What's this one? Yeah. I'm just very wary of stuff that does damage when I attack, because it's happened a few times, and I've killed myself a few times with a debuff I'm not aware of. Alright, let's wait till they split. A melee dude and a bunch of these. I really appreciate when numbers are this small in games, because I can cast my ward of elements or whatever it's called. Ward against elements, that makes more sense. And I can see the damage go from like 18 down to like 13 or 12. And you really feel the difference with each skill. But a lot of games, a lot of Eastern games, like Korean games, Japanese games, they start with the numbers so high, I don't know why, because it's cooler or something, or they think it's cooler. But if you're doing 300,000 damage a swing, that almost doesn't mean anything at that point. Yeah, Guild Wars 2 is a bit inflated, which they didn't have to be. Considering the horizontal progression, there's no real reason to be using giant numbers. They can keep the same numbers throughout all the content, so I don't know why they didn't do a stat squish or something. Number squish would have been good. But yeah, the simple numbers are great. It's one of the things I love about, again, I say Classic WoW a lot, but also EverQuest. EverQuest is almost a turn-based game that's so slow. It's slower than this. But I enjoy that. Ooh. Lycia, getting in trouble again. Put that up. But EverQuest was almost deliberately slow, because there were games faster than that around at the time. But the idea was, if you're stuck in a place with a party for a long time doing things, you start conversation, you get to know them, and you have more camaraderie. I'm going to defeat my own argument. The caveat to that is that came at a time when internet wasn't so ubiquitous for like always being in contact with everything all the time. So early internet, like 99, part of the charm was, oh, I'm playing with someone in, 5 states over, a different country, and meeting people like that was more novel at the time. Counter argument to my own argument. Every May, I at least play for a few weeks in the progression servers that come out for EverQuest, and the players are kind of the same, and it feels the same. Probably because the people that play progression servers probably played way back in the day as well, and they're all old. You met your first Canadian, Guild Wars 1. That's a statement's probably not been uttered before. Me and my friends, well, I grew up in Maine. We all were nerds and jocks. Like, we played... Like, I was captain in 3 sports, but we also played Halo, we played Warcraft 3 together, StarCraft. And we met these 2 guys from Minnesota in Warcraft 3. And they wanted to come, like, meet us and hang out because they were cool. But telling your parents that, hey, we're going to meet some men that we found on the internet was very, very hard to do back then. Where am I going? To the gear lever from the door fort. Okay, I need a gear lever. Yeah, they all thought we're going to be abducted, all of our parents. So a couple of them were there when they met us, and they're actually really cool guys. They're our age, they were just nerds. I didn't really fit in any specific group. It's kind of flirted with all of them. I went to a few D&D sessions still in my football gear because I didn't have time to go home and change. So I played D&D sometimes with the eye black on, football pants. Where? I'm not seeing a gear lever. Perhaps it was back that other route I did not go. But it actually, it says inside. Retrieve the gear lever from the door in the fort. Okay, we're in the fort, so the gear lever should be here somewhere. Oh, we haven't gone that way. Okay. I have met many a Canadian. Because I grew up in the state of Maine. Ah, crap. And in college, we used to go to Montreal quite a bit. Because when you're under 21, you can still go to the clubs in Montreal. So we spent a lot of our very limited money in Montreal. Probably not wisely. Definitely not wisely. But it was an experience. Okay, so we gotta get through that door. Canadians in general are pretty nice. People in Montreal, little less so. This opinion is probably partially colored by the fact that we were dumb college kids looking to have a good time, so they probably were just like, ugh. Gotta deal with this. Because they all speak English, but they pretend not to. And only really in Montreal, because it's actually required legally to have schools only taught in French there. And it's the only... I don't know if it's in the province or just Montreal. I think it's the province. It's the only province that does that. So they all speak French, and that's what they speak to you when they don't like you. And apparently they didn't like us college kids. Which, as I get older, you know, I don't blame them. Yeah, but Montreal is a fun city. Despite some people being jerks. Really good food. Alright, here we'll throw up some armor for the boys and girls. I've also been to Quebec City, which is like straight north from Maine. That was a longer drive. I don't remember if it was I think it was a church trip, because we definitely were required to go to Sunday school, so part of the group, we're done. Part of the things we did in the group were go on trips, and we went to Montreal once to see the replica of Notre Dame Cathedral, which was gorgeous. But that city's really cool. It's got like a new city and an old city, and they're separated by like it's almost like the new city's on a plateau. So you take this big tram down and like descend into the old city. It's really cool. Okay. It says, can I wear this? I mean, it's not as good, but it's a salvage item, but it has armor. Cannot wear it. Blood magic. Receive physical damage -3 is awesome. Yes. That's big. I don't know if I want to put it on anything yet. I don't know if I'm going to get upgrades soon, but I'm not taking a lot of damage now, so I'm going to save that. Go in that pouch. -3 physical damage seems really good. Okay, let's double check up here. We need a crank. Oh, someone explained to me how armor works and I still don't understand it. Apparently, there's like a percentage chance to hit one of these pieces specifically. It's not a totality. But I don't understand how a shield works with that. It makes little sense, I'm going to be honest with you. At least in my understanding of armor from most games. Okay, it should be... Oh, it opened already. That's odd. Okay, you need to stop running around. Hamstring. That's right, slow down. Yeah, I'm not taking a lot of damage right now. Mostly I just want to look cooler. So I've been wearing this set for a very long time. Didn't find any gear in here, so I hope we're going to find it. No, you don't. And keeping this up has helped everyone a lot. My assumption, I don't know if this is true, in most games, either League or WoW or whatever, the less armor you have, the more armor bonuses are impactful, because it's kind of exponentially decreases as you go up. It's multiplicative, not additive. So, like, casting this actually helps my backline a lot. Because they start with lower armor. Good riders. What is... That's a lot of dots. Is this part of the quest? All of a sudden we're way off track here. This seems like not part of the mission. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because Rurik are they're way back here. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. Yeah, I've all just warrior abilities because you don't gain energy as you level as a warrior, apparently. The only way to do it, as someone said earlier, would be to get gear that has energy on it, which is cool that it is possible. Like, I could pull off energy modifiers from gear and put it on my armor, and I could try to cast more spells. Which, the only reason I would do it is for some type of AoE around me, and I have a few, like an earth magic, which I have up a little bit right now because I'm using this. There's Eruption, which is great, but it's 25 energy. And it does damage to everyone around you. Okay, we went up that way, found nothing. There was a way we didn't go back here, so I'm going to double check. Because we need a crank. There are no mobs down there, so I don't think we go down there. Let's see what I missed. Pretty sure I checked all this. Random hole. And overall, so far, the only hard part of the game I found was one, in pre-searing when you go north of the wall. I did not know I was supposed to have a group for that, so I was trying to do like stealth runs through there. And it did not go well. Trying to do the quest to enter the dungeon up there. And then the quest, the first quest for Althea, there looks like there's nothing here. Alright, I'm going to go the other direction back here. I know this is probably wasting time, but there was a different direction to go. Yeah, the first quest for Althea, where you have to essentially capture points, like it's PvP, but the ghosts keep spawning. The first time I did it, I stayed alive for like 6 minutes. It was actually quite impressive, if I say so myself, but I did not realize there was that bar that had to fill up. So because of that, I just died. I eventually got it by going to Hammer and doing all the knockdown stuff so I could protect Alicia. Because if she dies, everything dies. Okay, where was the turnoff back here? Great zone. I think it was, yeah, it was that away. Bleed on you. Bleed on you. Oh yeah, I definitely did not go from EX Bend and have 6 people. I didn't even try to invite because I didn't know that was a thing. I thought if I invited those characters I wouldn't be able to go back with them, so I just used the OGs. Had Stefan and Alicia. I don't know if Little Tom is better than Stefan. I don't know the difference between the two. His sayings are good, though. A flesh wound? You've only managed to anger me. Oh, Alicia, getting in trouble again. Hamstring you. Alright. Oh, Alicia's doing no DPS, but that's not why I bring her. Oh, Althea. Althea. I can't tell. I have no idea if she's doing DPS. Because you can't see the effects that are on mobs, so I don't know what's going on. I assume she's doing damage. I see her wave her hands and stuff. I know mesmers are good, I just don't exactly know what they do. So when I looked at her skills, I didn't know what to put on. If I come to a point where I'm dying a lot, I will explore that more and see if I can figure it out. Okay, there's mobs over there. Maybe it's in this fort. Or maybe I'm stupid and I should just go through that cave back there. All of these things could be true. Yeah, but I also make it change color. I put bleeds on it. We can't tell if that's her or that's me. Okay. It has to be up here. Because it wasn't back there in that turnoff. And order of operations. Destroy the ballista, which I did, the one I saw. And retrieve the gear lever. A lever which I have not procured. So mesmers are basically blue decks from Magic. Seem to be all about control, manipulation, countering. which someone smarter than me would probably love. I'm more of a red deck kind of guy. Well, no. I'll take that back. More white. I'm not a blue player. My favorite decks are like white knight decks. I know how silly that sounds, but white decks are like white and green that have a lot of knight synergies. Mostly because I like the old knight art and I'm nostalgic for it. Like Rainbow Knight. I think it's Ron Spencer did that one. Beautiful. When I play Commander, which is not very often, I run a lot of old knights. Like, I'll do a white-black sometimes, so like Knight of Stromgard, Black Knight, stuff like that. Alright, I guess we're just going through here and hoping it's the way to go. Don't know what Azorius is. The only thing I've really done recently in Magic is gone to a few draft tournaments, but those are less and less fun. Because honestly, Magic players aren't the most fun to play with. Seems to me a lot of them, that's the only game they do, and they're kind of conceited about it. Like them scoffing at me when I pick the wrong cards. I'm dying a bit. Alicia, if you could dispel me, that'd be great. I don't think you do that. I don't think Ward Against Elements does anything with these guys. Yeah, I don't... Unless people have really terrible hygiene, that doesn't bother me too much. You know, people are different, they deal with different things. But it's more the attitude, how I... Here's my theory. It could be wrong. Usually Magic players, that's what they play, is Magic. That's it. Because of that, they have this in-group they're really proud of. And they really like, you know, all the people that are on the in, they're cool. And other people are kind of on the outside of that circle. So when you come in and you don't know the current set you're playing on, you're just coming for a good time. You're going to get stomped, but you come for a good time. They're just very snooty about it and kind of douchey. Hello. Just me luck. I've been caught again. Stone Summoner trying to build a new devastating siege weapon. King. Damn it. I don't know what accent to do, because I can't do a Russian accent. There's a decrepit ballista pointed to the east. Take me to it, and I'll just go really low, and I'll help you blast open the doors and keep safe the plans. Let's go super deep. He said to the east. I can't drink that much vodka. My problem is I have a super high tolerance for alcohol, but really, really bad hangovers. So I can have a good time for a few hours, but then I'm dead for 2 days. So that trade-off, to me, is not normally worth it. The only times I go off a little bit is at Ren Fairs, because you gotta drink a bunch of meat at Ren Fairs. It's part of the fun. When in Rome and all that. Let's get armor up for everybody. I need to learn a Russian accent. I'm sort of Russian. Well, Ukrainian, my grandfather. Which, you know, during the Soviet Union, there's a lot of back and forth going on there. Is this the thing that hurts me? I think it is. Yeah, but Magic players just gotta chill out. Because I also play Warhammer 40k, and 40k players are awesome. For some reason, that is the most welcoming game, probably because we want players to come back so we have more people to play against. Oh. Can't attack while this is on. Are you gonna attack, buddy? Oh no. We've been outflanked. I really need some type of cleanse. Yeah, but Warhammer, it used to be worse. Like, there are horror stories from years ago of people playing gacha all the time. But I think, honestly... Oh, this just leads there. It's the rise of content creators. Because the best people that play the game, well, a high percentage of them have YouTube channels where they talk about the game and stuff like that. And if you watch them at tournaments or just how they conduct themselves on their channels, they're the nicest people ever. So even at like finals tables, everyone's so cordial, everyone plays by intent. It's quite awesome. Alright, so we have to go to the east with this bro, who's not contributing at all, by the way. We'll kill you later. Alright, how bad is this going to be if I attack? Okay, pretty bad. You can join in anytime, by the way. Okay. The boys are doing pretty good. Yeah, so if you have any interest in Warhammer 40k, definitely go and try it out if you have a local shop. People will beg you to come back. It needs new people to thrive. This is the Frost Gate. Now, we're going to do the bonus this time. It's a hidden path outside the cave, is what that guy said. Dang it. Don't know if this does anything against Mesmer, but... if someone could dispel me, that would be wonderful. Someone helping Alicia. It's like my most said phrase. I didn't do that. Dang it.
Well done.
I missed the bonus again.
The refugees are weary, but they've made it
I
this
didn't know
far.
that
We're now very close to
move
the
us on.
Frost Gate and the safety of Cryta, but we cannot yet take rest. One of my men, Captain Greywind, tells me he once traveled this path. He says the Frost Gate can be opened, but it will not be easy.
Yeah, I need a gear.
There are 3 mechanisms that lift the massive stone. You must find a gear lever in the small town ahead. Use the lever to engage each of these mechanisms, and the gate will open. Once it's open, it'll be up to you to lead the refugees through to safety. My men and I will hold back the dwarves as long as we can. I will rejoin you once the last of the refugees
Look at my
is
quads,
safely
by the
through.
way. Look at that. I do not skip leg day.
The stone summit will not yield the Frost Gate quietly.
I'm also taller than Rurik. It probably annoys him.
May Dwayne smile upon us.
I hope that Dwarf is still with me and that I can go back and do the bonus. Yeah, he is. Because technically we already had this objective. Sorry, Rurik, have fun. Oh no. Is he gonna die if I don't go forward? Well, I'm gonna hope he doesn't. Okay. He said east of the cave exit. Hidden path. Is that what he said? Hidden path outside of the cave. Okay, we're outside the cave. Pretty sure he said east of it. Rickweed, thank you for the follow, man. Very much appreciate it. I'm pretty sure he said east of the cave when we started. Oh, this is east of the cave. Any other pearls of wisdom? Was it on the other side of the cave? I'm curious now. I gotta pursue this, or this will annoy me. But yeah, I already have an Imperial Guard army, which are just regular humans in 40k. And I like the Imperium, so I'm gonna make a Space Marine army. And Space Marines are wonderful because you can play in like around 20 different variety. Well, way more than 20 now in 11th edition. But if you have a Marine army, you can play in totally different play styles just by doing different detachments. So it's a really cool army to play if you're like me and you like making weird combos and crazy stuff. Okay. I'm doing this for my own curiosity. I don't know if this is the right way to go for this quest, but... Alright, I guess not. That's why snow areas are the best. The the Dunmerau music in WoW is so good. Actually, I'm going to do something real quick.
Built differently.
Oop, that was Jesse Cox. That was a video I was watching before. Okay, let's see. Done. Dunmerau music. Listen to this. Oh, that's loud. WoW music in Classic is phenomenal. Seems like a remaster. But yeah. Music in Classic WoW is just... And a lot of the expansions it's really good, but I think most of us just remember the classic stuff. the tavern music in WoW is used ubiquitously. Alright, I'm gonna stop that. It's probably gonna get that muted in stream anyway, because copyright. Alright, well... we haven't found this guy's secret path. Can we go... oh, maybe it's under there. Can we get over there? This is a wolf down there. So I assume that's traversable terrain. We probably need an explosive to get through there. I haven't seen an explosive anywhere. Alright, can we get down there? Sorry, this is really annoying me that I can't do this quest. I've already missed a bunch of other optional ones. Well, found a path. Leads to nowhere useful. Minty Doom, were you trying to say Necrons? Because yes, they're awesome. Initially, they used to be... maybe that's the path? Yeah, because I'm like, you randomly brought up Necros. I'm like, well, I guess they're cool, but I don't have any of them with me. Yeah, Necrons are really cool. Especially because they used to be just, like, Terminators. That was their whole aesthetic. They didn't think about it, because they didn't worry about the lore early on that much. And then they became, like, the Egyptian robot guys, and they became awesome. And they literally have shards of gods you can play with, called Satan. So it's not a god, because obviously that would just be way too powerful in the game. But just like a tiny shard of it becomes this really powerful beast you can use. Apparently, I haven't read the book, but apparently there's... oh, gear lever. There we go. Oh, it's right next to it. Apparently, there's a book about the Necrons that's... a lot of people say is the best Warhammer book. I forget what it's called. Now I gotta look that up because I'm curious. Necron's novels, not books. That'll give me that. The Infinite and the Divine. There you go. Yes. Sorry, I looked it up just as you said it. I have not read it yet. But apparently it's one of the best Warhammer stories ever written. I've read probably 10 books in the Horus Heresy. Not as much in Modern WoW. Where am I right now? It's got kind of lost here. I'm trying to backtrack. Okay, so this is backtracking. This is definitely forward. Because modern 40k, they're kind of at an impasse. Oh, the door opened. There you go. They can't change too much too quickly in the modern lore just because, you know, the characters are all in game and stuff and they don't want to kill off people. And anytime there's war, people have to die. So, I don't think people that buy the product and have a cool captain they like or something, having it die will be not fun. So maybe that's why they don't do it. Whereas Horus Heresy, they can keep making different stories, because that's 10,000 years earlier. Yeah, the only big thing that's happened in a long, long time is the fall of Cadia, which was a big thing. Cadia is one of the Imperial Guard. Well, it's really an Imperium planet, but it's where a lot of the Imperial Guard guys come from. And they had to do that because they kept having stories about Abaddon and Chaos would raid and fight, but they would lose every fight. So Abaddon, who's a big Chaos Lord, kind of became a paper tiger. So they had to do something to make him feel dangerous again. Like, Chaos is actually scary. So they let him blow up a planet, which is a really important planet. Immortal, strike me. Oh, there's a hidden path to the east. Maybe that's it. But they keep writing books for Horus Heresy, even though it's, you know, a 10,000-year prequel. A lot of good stories in it. Some not so good. Now here there are Guild Wars books, which I have not really looked into. I know there's one just on YouTube you can listen to. Like, ArenaNet apparently allowed a content creator just read it. Maybe that looks more like the way to go. What's over here? So I'm pretty deep in Guild Wars now, with playing 2 and 1. Alright, no levers. Ooh, steel chest, though. Need to hold Alt more often. That is behind a door. Okay, only can go the other way. I like the second book. I like up until a certain point. Once you start getting to the smaller stories, like the start of the Dark Angels and stuff like that, I care less. It's more about the big events, like plot points. Because they go off course quite a bit into smaller stories that don't really connect. There's actually a reading order you can look up online, and it has you skip a lot of books. Oh, Guild Wars books. Gotcha. Yeah, with licensed stuff, it's a wide range of quality. I mean, I don't mean to gush over Warhammer again, but Warhammer's gotten really good because all the Black Library guys, they all work together and have regular meetings to discuss, like, what are you doing in your book? Okay, if you're doing that in your book, I'm going to include that over here. Okay, what's happening with this character? Alright, I'm going to use that character for something else. Will that affect your story? And they actually have these quarterly meetings where they discuss their work and what's going on, so they keep the whole world working together in Warhammer, which is really awesome, because there's a bunch of authors that work on it. And they want to keep everything consistent. Another steel chest. Can we get to that one? Yes, we can. Let's clear out these guys. I don't want to fight a million mobs. You go down there. You are an idiot, aren't you? You're no help in telling me where to go. Hey, good job, bro. Doing God's work. Bleed on you. Yeah, if they're written by the game writers, you can't expect them to be excellent novels. Okay, you go back there. Hey, I respect the first Twilight movie. I will defend that movie. I should not have used Frenzy. I think, because I forget who the director is for the first one, but she actually tried to make a good movie. I think she saw all the vampire silly stuff and was like, alright, I'm going to minimize this as much as possible. Okay, nobody's dying. And we're going to make this story about a girl trying to find her place in the world. Okay. Let's regroup. Let's rethink this. Everybody run away. My door friend might die, but he's useless. I don't care. Let's think about things. But yeah, the first movie is actually pretty decent, I think. The stuff between her and her dad are really good. And just, you know, being a new kid in town and trying to remake your life is something a lot of people go through. And it was pretty good. Then, she didn't want to do another Twilight. She's like, I'm done with this silly stuff. So the director they got for the second one was just like, oh, well, you want to see Jacob in his shirt off? Here you go. Oh, big wolves, aren't they awesome? And it just forgot story and just went, okay, we're doing the fantasy thing now. It's going to be bad. Can you keep coming, please? Okay, that's better. Okay, I'm gonna just... No, crap. Kill this guy quick. I mean, he's bled, he's deep wounded. There we go. Yeah, the books... Again, I respect the author, Stephanie Meyer, because she caused a phenomenon. People love her books, and you gotta give her credit for that. I don't think they're great, but they're not for me. Okay. How do we deal with all these healers? I think we deal with them by not fighting all of them at once. Alright, we got a few guys down, let's regroup. I think Door Friend is dead. I'm fine with that. I try to read every fad book that's in fantasy just to see what it's about. A really rough one was Fourth Wing. I'd never read Romantasy before. I didn't really know what it entailed. It is awful. It's basically Hogwarts, but Dragon School. And again, the story's not awful. It's just pretty basic, standard YA. I'm in a school for special people type thing. But then, for absolutely no reason, it turns into like a 40-page sex scene. Like, but that was not needed at all. That didn't help the story at all. That did not have to happen. Alright, got it done. I don't get the appeal of being so almost medical with the sex scenes. It's very odd. We don't have to know every phallus and every bit of moisture and that just gets really weird. Roman Empire is pretty hot right now. Well, the Codex Solera, Jim Butch is one of my favorite authors, and that's basically the Roman legions with Pokemon. He also wrote Dresden Files. And then there's Red Rising, who's, you know, a striated class system, or caste system. And the highest people in the thing basically model themselves after the Romans, and Red Rising is huge. And now the Tainted Cup. Roman Empire with Kaiju. Just throw some Roman stuff in it and some monsters, and we're good. Can you get off Elysia, please? But Codex Solera is really good, and it's completed, so you can read the whole thing. I read all of Hunger Games. I mean, I didn't really understand the hype. It was fine, but it was kind of run-of-the-mill type stuff. It wasn't terrible. I mean, it was basically just Battle Royale, but done YA. And Battle Royale is a great movie. Steel chest. Longbow. There it is. Armor penetration. I 100% want that. 15%? That's not terrible. That's way better than that. Can we take that off? Yes, we can. Can I now put that on my sword? This is... I don't think we're going to get a better sword for a while. Because we crafted this when we got here. Apparently need to make another sword. Oh well. I will do that. Yeah, you're right. It was surprisingly boring for all the supposed sex that was happening. I feel the same way in movies, though, for the most part. Unless it's a really big plot point, I don't have to see actors have sex. It's just awkward. You know it's awkward for them. You know there's a big crew there watching them. It's just very weird. We can just infer what happens. Really taking our time. Hope Berwick's okay. He looks fine. So I cannot find any more gear levers. Ah! There's a gear lever. I guess I'll go this way. I remember... what movie was it? It was the first Wonder Woman. Where Chris Pine and Gal Gadot, you know, naturally they have to do the thing. But they just kissed, like, by a fire, and then the camera panned up to some snow and up to moonlight, and then they just went to the next day. You know what happened. But it was very classy. Okay, where? Oh, that one's already done. That's why I see that. Why is there a thing blinking on there? Is that just saying there's a gear lever there? I know we hit the thing, the door opened. Game, what are you trying to say? Well, you can't have platonic relationships anymore. I remember watching RRR, which is a great Indian action movie, if you've never seen it. It got big in the States for a while, that's why I heard about it. But when it came out, naturally, everybody was like, oh, they must be, in a relationship. They can't just be male friends. Like, nah, you can just be male friends. It's like the whole nonsense with Sam and Frodo. Like, no. They're just good friends. Good friends can be affectionate. It's really annoying. I think the young people would call it shipping. Well, we've eliminated, like, all the guards. Can't find any gears. How dare you? Men can be affectionate friends. I'm holding down Alt. Oh! Do I think I figured it out. Thank you, everyone, for not telling me. Pretty sure that is flashing. Calling me an idiot. Because I need to take the lever out of the gear and use it again. I think I'm dumb. Like, why are you being stupid, games? Is it a bug? No, I'm just dumb. But I don't mind. Because this area is cool to hang out in. Look at these peaks. It's gorgeous. Oh yeah, I forgot Rings of Power is coming out soon. Okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Rings of Power is kind of a travesty. It proves that money cannot buy success, even though they've tried multiple seasons of it. How they can turn Galadriel into such an unlikable character, I don't know. It's like a magic trick. Because in the books, well, you don't really get many personal stories in Silmarillion. It's more like a recorded history. But everyone loves Galadriel. She founds multiple cities. Like, she doesn't have to hit people with a sword. One, well, for two reasons. One, she's a powerful sorceress. And two, people fight for her. She doesn't have to dirty her hands with that crap. She's above that. So naturally in the show, I hit man with sword, or I kill orc with sword. Because that's what people do. It's like, no, it's stupid. I knew it was wrong. It was wrong and bad in the first scene. Because the first scene, 70 gold. Nice. One of the first scenes, I think it is the first scene in the show, is when they're going after Sauron, as they do. And the first thing is, they're in this giant blizzard. And all of them are strapped together. And there's one guy that's struggling. And her second in command behind her is like, hey, this guy's struggling, we gotta slow down, we gotta help him out. And she's like, leave him, keep going. Okay. How to not be a good leader 101, and how to make your men hate you, just abandon people the first time they fall behind. So immediately I'm like, alright, this isn't going well. And then, because this showed me the writers are morons, they fight that ice troll. How do they do this? They just show her men getting utterly destroyed. She's not doing anything. But once they all get, like, thrown and injured and discarded, she runs in and just, like, two-hits the ice troll and does a pose after. Like, okay, that's the kind of show we're making. You could fix those scenes so easily. Like, show her actually leading. Like, when her man falls behind, she could have just, like, told one of her guys, hey, go grab him, you're in charge of him, get him through this. You know, that would have been a cool leadership moment. She could have organized her troops into, like, a phalanx so they could withstand, you know, the strength of the troll, and then slowly whittle it down as a team, and she's calling out to people what to do. That would have been really cool. It showed her leadership capabilities, and would make us like her because her men like her. Like, we would see why she's loved. But no, they don't do that. Just let her 1v1 it and cool pose and call all of her people stupid, essentially. So much fun. Good job, writers. I don't know where we're going right now. We can't advance this because we haven't done the 3 levers, but maybe this is the place where the plans are. And also how they're trying to make the dwarves, like, gray. They're not evil, they just misunderstood and their lands were... No, the whole point is that they're just evil. They're used as a writing device for other people to act off of. They're just evil. It's fine. But no. Modern writers, everything has to be gray and boring. They're probably going to try to redeem Sauron before he turns super evil. No, he's just evil. He was an elf who wanted more. Alright, well, nothing here. This was for flavor. And then, the biggest villains of the show are the friggin' Harfoots. Like, they couldn't have hobbits because hobbits weren't in that age, but they wanted hobbits because they're like, oh, people like hobbits in Shire because Lord of the Rings. So they don't invent the Harfoots, they did exist. But they just make them the worst people in the show. Oh, we're all gonna watch you try and lift this heavy beam by yourself. Like, there's 10 people around. What's her name's dad? We're all just gonna watch you try and do this and struggle, and then you fail and you break your ankle. And they're like, well, I guess he has to die. We gotta leave him behind. They're the worst people in the show. Stupid Harfoots. They're awful people. And then because they have no, you know, original bone in their body, we gotta have Gandalf, even though Gandalf wasn't there in that age. I forget where he was. Because he's not consistently in Middle-earth. He's like an angel that comes down to help once in a while. But people like the Lord of the Rings, so gotta have the Gandalf. It's just aggravating. Alright, where is the next gear? Okay, I'm done ranting about Rings of Power. Maybe they'll turn it around. I could get started on a Wheel of Time, but I don't have enough time left in the stream to tell you how bad that is. It's people who think they're smarter than these authors that sell millions upon millions of copies of their books. They're like, well, we need to update. No, you don't. Okay, that's another one. You really don't. Apparently, I am missing something. I feel like I'm wandering around quite a bit. Oh, Rurik died. Well, I don't know what happens now that Rurik is dead. I did these two, right? Or did I not? Because one of them opened that gate. Pretty sure I did both of these. Corpse of Prince Rurik. Alright, we definitely did these two. The worst thing about the Wheel of Time adaptation was they literally had the man that finished the series come and consult. Brandon Sanderson, who's, you know, Brandon Sanderson is awesome. It's not this way. Where the hell am I going? They literally had him there, and according to him, he said this, they just didn't listen to him. Because he saw how they were setting it up. They're like, alright, you go write your episode, you write your episode, you write your episode, okay, we'll be back here. And Brandon's like, wait a second. They're all writing as part of this one story. Why are they not planning this out? Like, this is not how epic storytelling works. You have to plan all the arcs, and they have to coordinate so the characters are consistent. And the response he got was, that's not how we do TV. I don't understand how arrogant you can be. So Brandon Sanderson was handpicked by Robert Jordan and his wife to finish the Wheel of Time because Robert Jordan knew he was dying and he couldn't finish it. You have the man who literally... Okay, this is open now. Okay, we go that way. Who literally worked and finished the last 3 books. And they're like, you know what? We know better than you. We do TV. And their show got canceled. Deservedly so, but it's just sad. They have the literal guy there who knows the lore better than anybody that's alive. Maybe Robert Jordan's wife. I think she's still alive. Yeah, so adaptation just pissed me off. I heard about that Stargate thing. They said it wasn't broad enough. They said the hardcore fans liked it, but it doesn't have a broad appeal. Like, they do not understand anything. One Piece was made for the hardcore fan base, and you know what happens when you just adhere to the source material that the fan base wants? You'll get the casual fans because it's just a good story. Like, One Piece is insane. But they had Oda working on the show, you know, the guy who made the thing. And when he negotiated his contract, he had a final say on everything. And look at that. The show's awesome. For some reason, executives can't learn that lesson. It's very frustrating. Because you have examples all over the place of it working, and we know why it works. I did not watch the first season of Airbender, but I heard good things. So obviously the movie was a travesty, but... Why did that door open when there's nothing here? I have to watch the first season. I came very late to Avatar because I did not have cable growing up. We had 4 channels. ABC, PBS, NBC, CBS. That's it. Did we do that one? This is turning into the longest quest. Or mission. I think we did that one. Okay, we did it. 0 levers left. But Rurik is dead. That does not irk me at all. I like blending cultures. It's fun. why I really liked the Dragon Prince. It wasn't really anime, but it was just a fun story. Okay, I think after all this we might have to restart this mission anyway, because Rurik is dead. Oh. Hey. There we go.
The frost gate is open.
I didn't find the
Go
bonus
now.
again.
We haven't much time.
He's alive again. Good job, me. The Avatar is just, it's really good writing. I haven't watched Korra. I hear it's not as good, but still good. Alright, I have to go on another rant. Wait, what was I going to rant about? Oh. How people... Because the internet is very reactionary and negative press gets more coverage than positive press. It's very annoying to me how, like, for instance, Avatar. The first season of Avatar... Not Avatar, sorry. Arcane.
What was that?
The first season of Arcane is one of the best animated shows ever.
These mountains
Beginning
belong
to
to
end.
the Stone Summit, human.
Yeah, we're first real boss. That's cool. Game over.
Rurik! No!
You cannot save me. Get them to Cryta. Hurry, go!
I have a lot of magicians with me. Could probably do something.
Your punishment for trespassing is death.
What accent is that? Also, poor Rurik. Did not expect that to happen. Beacon's Perch. Well, Rurik is gone. That was very abrupt. But, back to my rant. Arcane, Season 1, is one of the best animated shows ever. And all the commentary was after Season 2 was, it's not as good as Season 1. You mean it's not as good as one of the best shows ever made? That is an impossible bar. It's still one of the greatest animated shows ever. It's just not as good as the first one. That still means it's amazing. The commentary annoys me. Yep, Rip Rurik, he's gone. There's actually quite a few people here. That was a very abrupt death for a main character. Dwarven Ale. Alright. Well, I drank it. Don't even feel it. That was weak stuff. Shiver Peak Key, that's new. I'll buy one of them. I am very poor now. Yep, I just poured one out for Rurik. Alright, so we're going to put... Where is... Oh, ribbon thingy. Yep. Oh. I just noticed. I can't put this on a sword. It attaches to bow. Oh well, I'll keep that for later. This is good for an axe. Earth damage 116. This is the first elemental damage weapon I got. That's really cool. Yep, rip Rorik, Sandy. He died very abruptly. Hasn't even set in yet. This is my first elemental damage weapon. Can anything be taken off that? I can take the earth damage off. That's cool. So later on, I can make an elemental weapon of my choosing. I'm just going to keep that. Excuse me. These turn into wood planks. Oops. Let's identify everything. Meh. I need to start selling stuff because I am running out of cash. Alright, got a key for if I find a chest. We're out of our salvage kit. Okay, you one more. Yeah, I'm running very low on funds. It's a really cool town, though. Verticality is cool. Like, they didn't have a lot of space, so they worked up. And snow coming down is quite nice. Snow zones are just the best. The sun coming over there. Oh crap, it's already 10. Jesus. You guys got me ranting about fantasy stuff and it just kept going. I do have to log off for the day. And that was a good place to log off because a big thing just happened and I don't really want to brush past it because Rorik has been with us since the literal beginning of the game. And he seemed like the cool one out of him and his dad, and now only his dad's alive, so bad things are probably going to happen. Which makes sense, because I know the humans lose, because I played Guild Wars 2. At least Ascalon humans lose, so. Anyway, thank you to Sarah for the subscription, and thank you to all the guys for following. Been doing this pretty much every day until we get through the game. So, every day, probably around 5 or 6 p.m. Central U.S. time. Thank you for the follow, Sandy. And working through all the stories. Currently on Prophecies, as everyone who's played knows from watching. And we're going to work through the other two as well. Probably leveling up new characters for the other two to try some of the other classes. But, anyway. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to, I always try to raid someone at the end. So, we have 5 of us in here right now. Someone as small as me that's hopefully new as well. You don't have to stay there. Just, you know, say hi. Say hi. It's just fun. Let's see. Guild Wars Reforged. Who's playing today? It's a very small category. Not a lot of people watch. Playing Guild Wars Reforged from the beginning. There we go. So again, thank you guys for watching. Go say hi to this man, Mr. Clash. He looks like a little more experienced than me. He's got a cape, so that means he's good. That's how I judge if they're good or not. Good or not. Anyway, thanks guys. Have a good night.